We are now in section 6, the practice capability development. The exam syllabus here is to understand how the ITIL capability model can be used to develop the practice. We will explain how the capability criteria support the practice capability development. We have seen several practice success factors in this practice. There were 2 of them. They cannot be developed immediately. It takes quite some time. And the ITIL maturity model defines the following capability levels which are applicable to any of the practices in ITIL. At level 1, the practice is not well organized. It's performed as initial or intuitive. It may occasionally or partially achieve its purpose through an incomplete set of activities, which means different people may be doing the practice in the way they want. At level 2, this is where the practice begins to follow certain ITIL guidelines. So the practice systematically achieves its purpose through a basic set of activities supported by specialized resources. The key words here are the basic and the specialized, and achieving its purpose through that systematically. Level 3, the practice is well defined and achieves its purpose in an organized way using dedicated resources and relying on inputs from other practices that are integrated into a service management system. So level 3 has phrases such as well-defined, organized, dedicated resources, integration. Level 2 was basically systematic, basic activities, specialized resources. Now level 4, wherein the practice achieves its purpose in a highly organized way and its performance is continually measured and assessed in the context of the service management system. Here the key phrases are highly organized and continually measured and assessed and reported as well. Level 5, the practice is continually improving organizational capabilities associated with its purpose. So this level 5 is about improvement. So we have here the design of the capability criteria. ITIL has 34 management practices. And for each practice, the ITIL maturity model defines criteria for each capability level from level 2, then 3, 4, and 5. These criteria can be used to assess the practice ability to fulfill its purpose and to contribute to the organization's service value system. Also, each criterion is mapped to one of the 4 dimensions of service management and to the supported capability level. The higher the capability level, the more better realization of the practice can be expected. Note that typically the practice automation is defined at level 3 or more because the practice needs to be well defined and organized before automation can occur. But again, that's a general view. In each practice, the automation can happen either at level 2 or only at level 3 and above. Let's see later on at what level automation happens in this practice. It'll come towards the end of this section. In this practice, the automation occurs as level 2 itself. So these are some of the things that I just mentioned about the practice capability levels. Moving on, the service configuration management capability criteria. So these are certain tables that are coming up. Every practice has several capability criteria based on the practice PSFs, the practice success factor. As you can see here in this table, we have on the leftmost column the first PSF, practice success factor for this practice. And you can see the criterion in the second column, the dimension in the third column, the ITIL, the service management dimension, and the last column is the capability level. So we see entries which are level 2, level 3, level 4, and 5, as well as the different dimensions also. So therefore, what would happen is there would be some of the dimensions and some of the levels applicable as criterion for each PSF. So let's look at each one of them. In the exam, it is possible that you may have questions which are related to the details of this table. Now, the challenge would be to how to remember them. Now, the best way is to see what are the different, is there something unique that appears in each of these PSFs? So I would like to take you to the second PSF directly. And you see here second PSF is ensuring that the costs of providing configuration information are continually optimized. There are 5 criteria here, and 3 of them have the word cost in them, but 2 of them do not have the word cost in them. So if you see any question in the exam that has cost in it, you can be sure that it is about the capability criteria for this PSF. And however, there are 2 entries here which are not having the word cost. So it could be from this PSF or from the PSF that we saw on the previous slide. So let me read out those 2 only. So you see the second one here, the users of configuration information are aware of and satisfied with the procedures and interfaces for requesting and obtaining information. That one is at level 2, the value stream and process dimension. And there is one more item here, which is the 4th one here in the criterion. Configuration management is integrated with internal and external sources of relevant data. This also doesn't have the word cost in it. So this is at level 4. As you can see, normally integration happens at level 3. If you remember the 5 levels, but here integration is happening in the information and technology at level 4. The other entries here are related to the cost PSF. So the first one here is cost of providing information. The configuration information are identified and tracked, which is very basic at level 2 for the value stream and process. Then we have the second one. The third one, that is the processes and tools for the discovery, management, and provision of configuration information are designed for cost efficiency, which is at level 3, value streams and processes dimension. And then the last item at the bottom, the cost of providing configuration information are regularly reviewed and continually improved, which is level 5 because of the improvement there for the value streams and processes dimension. Therefore, as mentioned, there are 3 entries which have the word cost in it, and 2 of them do not have the word cost in it. But then if I come back to the previous slide, the first PSF, ensuring that the organization has relevant configuration information about its products and services, you see none of them will have the word cost in it. But let's go through them. Here, the various criteria are key users of the configuration information and the requirements are identified. Then we have information about the product and service configuration is available when needed and meets user expectations. These are at level 2. Then we have at level 3, we have 3 criteria. The procedures for requesting and obtaining configuration information are defined and communicated to relevant stakeholders. Then the responsibility for management of the configuration information is clearly defined. Then the configuration information covers relevant details about third-party services. These are all at level 3. At level 4, we have 2 entries. The configuration information is managed using an integrated information system. So the word integration comes in. And configuration information is exchanged between the organization and its suppliers and partners where needed, again at level 4. And the quality and availability of the configuration information is continually reviewed and improved, which is at level 5.